Maybe at best could slow me down. Wanna step over the border, nah. Men step to the smoky town.
KAHUKX. Alright, we got the begging sample. He had the Billie Eilish one first time round. So he's got two tracks now with two very, very obvious samples. Easy for people to catch. No Bonnie and Clyde. Drop this on Valentine's.
You there?
Yeah, I'm fucking here. It's been 3 days, no calls, no texts. Where the fuck have you been? I see you're active on Insta. Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Honestly, I'm so fucking done with this shit. I am so fucking done.
Sweet one when it come like Bonnie. I'm sorry, I can't pay your club.
Yeah, alright. We've seen the teasers, man.
I'm sorry, I can't pay your club. I'm taking my time on fine lines. Making money, rewind. Yeah, that's make that money, rewind. She don't want a broke boy till I broke that spine. Now she tell no her and her, you better stay away. Cause that broke boy's mine and need the love.
I do have a criticism of this one, actually. His voice, that sample is very, very prevalent over his voice. If he had access, I don't know if this is a YouTube beat or not, but if I was him, if I had the stems, I would have lowered the sample or EQ'd it so it isn't as prevalent, because it's overshadowing his voice just a little bit for me.
They tend to go both ways. Like you weren't really out here ghosting, I'm a ghost. You and go text your friends, you done the most, so I'm gonna let that verse.
Which is nice from a casual standpoint, because you could just bop your head along and rat-tat-tat, but like as a lyricist, as a music head, I want to hear what he's saying, and I'm having to focus to differentiate what he's saying over the sample.
Like you weren't really out here ghosting, I'm a ghost. You and go text your friends, you done the most, so I'm gonna let that verse. We break up, make love, then we make up. Nothing's the same, but I could go play all those games you play. But I know you know that, I know you love playing them. Nowadays I don't know who to trust, got broski and boss, so I'm riding some. And just like the rising sun, we have to rise up and go rise these funds. She texts me, she don't like what I say, she always asking for the time of day. But these days I'm not home away on a paper chase, wanna fly away. I'm a toxic kid, I say leave him.
I like the way he's able to switch flow schemes, man. Very, very clean.
We're toxic love, you ain't leaving. Sending locations morning to evening, blow my phone, I swear for no reason. But baby, you keep it humble, I know that you keep it real. Trying to argue about the smallest deal, I need a contract, need a proper deal. Fuck you mean you're chill? So you dream that I'm cheating still, and then you wake up and you think it's real, a funny cycle, but a cycle still.
Alright, listen, that one there is techie. Yeah? When you get a message saying, I'm pissed off at you, and you ask, why? Well, in my dream, you did... Pause. Rewind. Correct yourself, young lady, because you can't come to me and be annoyed at me because of what I did in your head, in your dream. Nah, man, brazen.
Yeah, that cycle still. So you dream that I'm changing.
You know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna hang on this point one more time. If she turns around to me and says that one more time, I'm calling her a Wally. W-A-L-L-Y, a Wally. Wally.
Real a funny cycle, but a cycle still. Yeah, that cycle still. So you dream that I'm changing still, and then you wake up and your fingers real a funny cycle, but a cycle still. So
that cycle bar was similar to the Rising Sun bar, but I want to say he did it in his first track as well, where he says a rhyme and then starts the next bar off, or starts the next rhyming scheme off with that bar, and then leads it onto a different rhyming scheme. So on the Rising Sun, or like their cycle, like, you know what I'm saying? So he repeats it again and then switches the flow scheme like that. It's a really nice way to transition.
So you dream that I'm changing still, and then you wake up and your fingers real a funny cycle, but a cycle still. Sweet one when it come like Bonnie. Sorry, I can't pay your Clyde. I'm taking my time on fine lines, making money rewind. Yeah, that's make that money rewind. She don't want a broke boy till I broke that spine. Then she tell no her and her, you better stay away, cause that broke boy. Sweet one when it come like Bonnie. Sorry, I can't pay your clock.
That's a nice flow there. It is a shame about the hook, actually, to be fair, and just how this song's mixed. I think, for me personally, it's too prevalent. Because it's actually a really fucking good song.
She don't want a broke boy till I broke that spine. And she tell no her and her, you better stay away, cause that broke was mine. Yeah, she want me to be a bunny, but they really know I can't be no Clyde. Fuck off.
Cold with it, man. Nah, KAHUKX is cold with it still. I am very excited to see where this brother's going, you know. Very, very excited to see where this brother's going. Shot by Slipping. Shout out, man. Or Entertainment. I really think that KAHUKX is going to be one of the biggest drill artists by the end of this year. I can just see this Starboy X factor within him that I can see really blowing up as time goes on. My couple of pieces of advice for him: one, do another track or two like this. Yeah, do something else like this in due time. But then I need to see some diversity and what else you bring to the table, because right now I'm getting Central C vibes, and I can attach that title because you're in a very, very similar lane of taking drill beats that have bait samples and, you know, doing the generic thing of money, girls, doing OT, you know, etc, etc. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you know, as it still takes a certain image, it still takes a certain level of finesse to pull that off. But I want to see how you can then differentiate yourself after you've established yourself within this scene. Secondly, from a mixing standpoint, don't allow secondly, and it might only be to this track, is the mixing. It wasn't a bad mix in any way, shape or form, but well, no, it is kind of a bad mix if I find it difficult to hear what you're saying. I don't know, maybe that's only me. Some other people might disagree with me. Let me know if you had the same kind of issue that I did, or am I just bugging today? But yeah, if again, from a casual standpoint, it'll be really easy to listen to the song, but if I actually want to tap into what you're saying, bro, I need to be able to hear you a lot clearer than what was on this track. Both sets of visuals he's put out are clean as fuck. Both sets of production that he's put out is clean as fuck. And so yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here, and I want to see what he does next. I expect him to do another single or two, maybe even a collab, and what he can bring to the table when it comes to collabs and features. But yeah, it definitely exciting, and Due Time has been one of the most played songs I have played this year so far as a single. And I don't listen to singles very often, but I have a lot of respect for it. I think Due Time is way better than this track, in my opinion. But yeah, still exciting to see what he's going to do, and it's going to be exciting to see where he goes from here.